And we are live. Yay. Hello, everybody. I'm going to try to go live on Instagram too. Let me see if I can do that. I'm going to pop away for a second and hit that go live button there. And it looks like hello, Instagram. Hello, Facebook. I tried something new today and thought, why not? I wanted to make sure that we had a little variety, and I wanted to also make sure that I had a big enough screen that I could show you what I was working on and be here as well. So I kind of went, hi, Suze. I kind of went rogue today and I thought, well, I've been working on all these things. I've got lots of things from past videos, and I love to kind of do a recap a lot of times just for myself so that I can look back on one video and say, oh, yeah, I forgot I created that. I think I have, I don't even know how many videos I have. Over 1,000 videos, maybe 1,100. I don't know. Uh, but to search for, even for me to search for what I'm looking for, sometimes is a little bit of a reach. So when I can recap everything I've been working on, whether it's on a video or behind the scenes, it's very helpful. So hopefully it'll be helpful to you. So I'm just going to do a little bit of crafting while we wait for folks to hop on. If you are here on YouTube, welcome back. I appreciate you very much. You may, if you usually watch me live on the Makers Market, if I'm not doing a live sale there or on YouTube, I did not go live on the Makers Market today, just because I wanted to try something a little different with going live on Facebook on my Restoration Harmony page, which is something I don't normally do. And so there's probably a whole lot of people that are out there going, oh, is she going to show us how to redecorate a room, or are they going to demo something? And the answer is no. But I'm kind of thinking that because that was our primary channel, and the Facebook page for the Traveling Crafter is really just a place marker for my ability to do some things on the Makers Market, that I might just post there. So we'll see how it goes. Hi, Hope. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome to everybody. If you are so inclined and want to say hi, give us a little shout out. If you're joining us on Facebook or on Instagram, welcome. I know I don't do that a whole lot, but I should get better at doing it a little bit more. So, what are we going to do today? Well, I have a basket. I'll show you. I have this basket, which is not very, very large. Here's my hand. And this basket is where I put all of the things that I've done either for a video or that I've done, while I was sitting here crafting, maybe watching other videos or just getting caught up or trying to look for some inspiration. I'm going to make myself smaller. So let's see, there we go. So that I can work on some things. And it was stuffed full. And I thought, well, why not do my catch up and do a little show and tell and then work on some things as well. So that's what we're going to do. What did I grab out to work on? Well, a couple of things. This morning I was working on, and this will be part of the show and tell. Everything behind me is over here that I've been working on. I've actually brought some of these to the live sale last week. And if you guys are so, hi, old paper lady. How are you? If you are interested in me bringing more of these back, I did little bundles because I have this whole entire tray and this whole entire tray full of these Anna Griffin pieces, die cuts that I got from an estate auction. And so I've been playing with them, and I brought them last week, but as my mom always says, Angela, show people how they can use these. So this is what I did this morning, and that's when I decided, I just pulled things from the box of to do. Hello, Carrie. From the things that I had made that needed to be decorated. So I just grabbed a bunch of things and started playing with them. This was one I did quite a while ago, and I really I really love making these, and it's just, I think this is 6x6 paper. So it opens like this, and then you can open it again like this so that you have more journal space if you're using it for a journal, and then you can open it here. This can be adhered to either around a, well, let's just pretend. We'll just pretend with this book. So like if this were your journal page, you could place it here. You could make this so it all flips open, and you could turn this over and make it into a pocket. So that was what those were. And I'll tell you if it's something that I already have a video on, or if it's something I just made, just for the fun of it. How's everybody doing today? And what are you guys all working on? Did you do any crafting this morning? I watched a couple of videos. I just finished watching Carrie's video this morning. Hi, Kristen. How are you? Kristen, I loved your room tour update. Thanks for sharing that. So these all I just kind of did this morning. And one of the things that I was sharing with all of you when I was selling these on the live sale is a lot of times, so this second bucket of all of this stuff, these are all full of sentiments. And a lot of times, I don't make cards. I don't, which is really bad. I've got a whole thing of cards that are bought, pre-bought. I didn't make them. A few I've made. But I just alter these so that they suit my needs. So like this one, let's see, I did a couple of them. This one, and there was one more, I thought. Maybe not. Oh yeah, this one. This one's a pocket. I left these like that because I thought these would be great things to stick in Happy Mail. Somebody's having a birthday, or I just want to say hi to a friend. So this is just a wallpaper envelope that I added that to. Can you guys see all this? Okay. This is just a paper bag that you know how I feel about my Velcro dots. I love them. And I just folded that into, I could make it into a journal if I wanted, but I could just leave it as pockets and fill it with all kinds of goodness for a friend. And then this one is just a tag. So I left those like they are. But my point of this was that on things like this one, this said birthday wishes. So I just covered it with an additional die cut. It's funny, Carrie, and if those of you who don't follow Carrie, first of all, go over and follow her on YouTube. But Carrie calls her sewing machine Samuel L. Jackson, and I was working on some things this morning on my sewing machine, and I was like, I'm gonna have to name this thing something so that when I'm cussing it out, I can be like Carrie, because it was not working out for me. This is something we did where I used all those vintage pockets. Remember, they were all torn out. I painstakingly tore these all out of that vintage scrapbook and was going to throw them away and decided better of it. And so I kept it. Thank you for all of you from Facebook that are giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And so this one I just filled with little goodies. And then I just covered it with, I have my hot glue gun out with a little bit of ribbon. This is from a piece of fabric that I'll show you later from Mo's house. I did some work while I was up there. And then I'm one of these little die cuts. So it's really easy to, cover up those sentiments if you don't like them. This was just a pattern. This is one of the oversized book pages that I pared down. So my goal today is just to kind of show you some different things, hopefully, and give you some inspo. It's nothing that you haven't seen maybe on my videos, but if you haven't watched them all, then you might be inspired to go watch them or just try some of the things that we're talking about. So here's another example. This said, I don't know, let's say congratulations. And I just took a piece of ledger and covered it up. And when I'm ready to use it, then if I want a word on there, I'll pop that on there. So, yeah, I like me some snarky goodies too. I just bought a t-shirt at the thrift store. I've been thinking about getting it just because I love it so much, but I found one in the wild and it just says, not today, Satan. And I thought, that's primo. This is just an antique book page from Sandy at Wilhelmina. And that is, and then nope, I didn't glue this one on. So this little stack are things that I can use those Anna Griffin pieces with. And then this little stack here, when we start playing, is just, I have some of my chroma collage pieces. I did this one while I was waiting for you guys. And I think I did one more. Oh yeah, it's kind of funny. Where did it go? Where are you? Here, we'll put the finished ones over here. I lost count because I added a few things for today's adventures. Come on now. Where did that go? Oh, right here, I bet. Yes. So look at, now I know this isn't the black and white with the color, but I'm still calling it my chroma collage. So I just put the great big Eloise Wilkin little girl running through the grass behind the little baby and the teddy bear laying there. So, so we have those things that we can play with. But I ended up, when I stopped counting, I think I was like at 139 pieces that I had shoved in. Well, most of them I had shoved in that little basket that I showed you. And then the rest are bigger things. So I'm sure that I have over 200 ideas to show you today. So I hope you enjoy them as much as I enjoyed doing them. Let's see. Let me look at, yes, Kristen, I do have a video on the flippy foldy thing. And I think I have, maybe in this, let me look, in this stack, I also have, I thought I got one out to decorate. One that's kind of similar to that. Well, here's another one. And so these are all pockets, and then they flip out. But this is a fun one to do. So there's that one. But there was another one that I did. Oh, this one. So I use the oversized book pages a lot in my paper crafting. And what I did with these, it was originally, I just, folded up the pieces and then glued them together. So there's all kinds of pockets. But what I decided to do on some of them is, and I don't know if I did a video on this or not, is I just left them open. So there's still 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. But then if I want, I could cover this with something so that people could journal on it. Or, I mean, you could just journal right on here if you wanted to. But there's tons of journaling space on all of these. So this one is kind of a adaptation of the one, Kristen, that I showed before. Just a little bit different. I feel like I did a video on this. But I'm very far ahead in my videos. So some of those might not have aired. And I'm behind on actually getting them all the details, the thumbnail, the description, all the yada, yada, yada. Yeah, the angle folds are really fun. And the cool part about it is you can do them. So again, like on a piece of, or on one of your pages, you can actually put part of it on one side of the page. So you have two pockets. It would be 4 if you glued it all down. But you could make it so that this folds out. And then on this side of it, you would adjust it so that it was, not this way, but the other way. Does that make sense? So that you can have kind of a similar look to it and you get double on 2 different pages. Does that make sense? Am I saying that correctly? So something to think about. All right, as I get these done, I'm going to move them. What do you want to see? Do you want to see paper first? Do you want to see fabric? Tell me. Oh, thanks. Do you want me to call you the old paper lady, or do you have something else you want me to? I mean, I'm happy to do that, but so tell me, do you want? Oh, Carrie says fabric. All right. I knew you would say that, my friend. All right. Let me just show you, and we'll have story time, and I'll tell you this. So, as you know, Mo, my grandma, She will celebrate her 96th birthday in April, just a week after me. You know, we celebrate the birthday month. And she is an excellent seamstress, but an exceptional quilter. I would say a professional. And she, even after, I think, how old was she? I don't think she was 90, but like maybe 88 or so. She worked at a quilt shop and she ran their quilting machine. Well, she worked, you know, in the cut fabric and, you know, did customer service too. But her primary passion was to actually work the quilting machine. And she did that until the little shop closed their doors. And the ladies that were like 20 years younger than her retired. So she, of course, has a sewing room and a basement full of scrumptious fabrics. And she told me, she's like, just go, you know, go use whatever you want. Well, I'm sure she expected me to come back with like, you know, a yard of fabric or something like that. But no, she had a huge garbage bag that she hung near her crafting or her sewing station, and it was loaded full of scraps. And I brought that upstairs and she was crocheting and I sat and made, well, not all of this, but I made all of this just sitting there and I put things together. So I'll just show you. I did some ruffles. Okay, here's an example of why I need a name for my Singer sewing machine, Carrie. Look at this. Really? Messed up my whole ruffle. So these I just had, she already had these cut and I just brought them home and sewed these up. So I didn't do anything there with, while I was, you know, with the ruffles. I'm too scared to use her sewing machine. It's like super fancy, you know, it's one of those Vikings and it's got like 5 bajillion different things that you can do with them. And I was like, She's like, oh, go grab my sewing machine. I'm like, I don't think so. Hey, Sandy. Hi, Lori. She has a YouTube channel. I will definitely, let me write that down. I'm going to make sure I go run over and subscribe. Everybody else, make sure you subscribe to the old paper lady. The old paper lady, Julie. Julie, if you ever want to hang out beyond, you know, YouTube or whatever, on Tuesday nights we do a live sale, which is a whole lot of fun. It's kind of like this, except it goes way longer. It's at 6 o'clock every week except the first week of the month. We have guests. It is Sandy Wilhelmina, myself, and Carol. Carrie is oftentimes there. Hazel Anaka Designs comes in. Joni, Not So Fast Joni. Sarah at New England Junk Journals. And hopefully many more this year. So that's a place that you can hang out with us when we're not here. It's just one of the reasons that I started this channel was this is how I do my my little snippets, and I just kind of started gluing these on when I was at Mo's house onto a piece of muslin, and then I brought them home and sewed them. And there's no really rhyme or reason, but man, these are all the ones that she had there. Some of these I need to do a double zigzag on it. She just kind of looked at me like, okay, whatever. I was ripping fabric, and I'm pretty sure she was probably shaking her head at me, but you know, I didn't iron. I just literally pulled these out of her bag of scraps and just started putting them together. But she does an exceptional job of picking fabrics, and she kind of, I would say, lends herself, like her go-to is more like the burgundies and the browns and the warm autumn colors, where mine are the more, you know, the brights and things like that. But let me tell you, she's got plenty of both. So I was in my element. Here's some that I did. Now these I just put a dab of glue on each one of them before I brought them home, and then I just sewed them all together. Thanks for asking, Carrie. Mo is doing great. I will be going up there after the live sale again on Tuesday. But not, I want to show you these. I'm going to cut one of these off. But Mo has got a new apartment in my hometown where my parents live. My mom is very happy because she and my dad were making trips up there every week. In the last month and a half, I had been going up there every week. And Mo seems to be happier than a clam. And, you know, so all my brother, my sister, all of my nieces and nephews, my kids can all go see her often. So she just made that transition. Uh, she is loving it so far. And we're loving it too because she's closer. So that is awesome. Thank you for asking. Let me get a piece of. I'll just do a piece of this paper. We'll just use a piece of this green paper. Now this is going to sound so simple to you guys, and maybe you've done this, but one of the things that there was a lot of in her scraps were just the squares, just a little square that she probably had to cut a million of them for different projects. So what happened to that one? Here it is. What I did is I just took the square and I literally just folded it in half and I put a dab of glue. I guess this one's a little bit farther, up farther on this little tab. And then I sewed it when I got home. And then I can just make these little tabs. I can put a word on it. Word up. And this then becomes a page tab that kind of looks like one that you would see actually, the ones that stick on. You could also cut this little piece of this out and stick a little piece. We should do that. Do I have one hanging out? Let's do it. Look at me. I have no plan except to show you things that are in my stash. So we're going to do it. Let's see if I can pull one apart here. I'm going to grab a piece of acetate. I'm just going to grab a piece of oh, you can't see me. I'm just going to grab a piece of this that came from a piece of packaging and see if it works. All right. Let me find one. Square piece of fabric. All right. I didn't tell anybody but Dave I was doing a live today. So you may hear children yelling. Hang on. We're going to grab a piece of fabric. Here we go. I don't know about you guys, but in my sewing closet, I keep some of these also compliments of Mo. I just keep some of these in my in there, and then I just use these every single time my sewing machine decides to act up or I have to change out the bobbin or the thread. I just sew on those and then create a ruffle. So good little way. Yay. I need to scroll up and see if I'm missing any. Let me make sure I didn't. Kristen's mad at her sewing now. See, it must be because the weather is nice and the sewing machines are just nope. Okay, that's not a good idea. I will cut myself on camera and that would be very bad. So we're just gonna do this and see what happens. Because the thing is you can put a word, you could slide a word inside of here. Okay, let's see. If I do it this way, can you guys see that? Okay, let me see. I can't zoom in, can I? Dang it. All right, well, that's all right. All right, we're gonna just cut up a little bit and across a little bit. Oh, we may be onto something, you guys. See, there's a huge benefit about going live with all of you. Creativity gone wild. Girls gone wild with the fabric and the scissors. Maybe that's when we do our retreat someday, that's what we should call it. Girls gone wild. I think it's a great idea. All right, now I'm just winging this. This is there's no measuring involved here. All right, so here's what it looks like. Now I'm just going to try to finger press this because I might have got a little bit carried away. I think I can actually, okay, let's just put you away before I hurt myself. I actually had the iron out earlier. I mean, weird things are happening in this craft room. Iron has come out. I started doing the cinch journals thanks to my friend Carrie. What else did I have out the other day? Something else that I don't normally do. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. What was the other thing? Gosh, that's going to drive me crazy now. All right, all we're going to do is cut a little piece of this out. I'll think about it. I'll probably remember. Oh, you know, the other day, if you came to the live sale, one of the questions, okay, how about you get underneath the acetate there? One of the questions I asked you guys was, hey, do you have recommendations for shows or movies? And you guys gave me some great ones, which I will watch. Well, last night, the kids decided we needed to have family movie night. I'm all for that. But Landon and Dave wanted to, now I don't know what it was called. One of you probably knows, so you can help me out. Landon and Dave wanted to watch, it's the remake of the original movie of the 1972 crash in the Andes Mountains in, they're from, where were they from? Was it in Chile? I don't remember exactly where it went down. That show was disturbing. I was like, I can't watch this. I cannot do it. Okay, now let's find a word because we'll put a word in there. Do you guys know what movie I'm talking about? Oh my gosh. I'm not suggesting any of you watch it. Okay, let me show you what it looks like so far so you can see. That's pretty stinking cute. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Carol. Oh, I might not be. And Stacy, hello. Okay, so that's what our new little window piece looks like. Now we got to find a word. Word up. We may have a craft-a-lanch when I do this. I've got so many things out here on my desk, it's ridiculous. I don't suppose this one will work. I did these for shirts. I put them on the back of flannel shirts. It was kind of fun. Okay, we need a little word. How about this? How about discover? Well, maybe. Will it fit in there? That'll work. All right. I'm going to cut it. I've got this thing of words precariously sitting on my lap. Now I'm just going to go like this. Hold it there because that's a sticker. And I'm only going to glue at the top. I'll put a little bit right there. Can you see that? And a little bit, not very well, but because I want the bottom to be able to stick out. Come on now. Okay, I got to move this thing of words. I'm about 1.5 miles from my desk. Give me the beat, boys, free my soul. Yeah, I did. We went to Eric Church. My sister and a bunch of our girlfriends. Oh gosh, it's been a long time ago. And so I made all of us. I went thrifting, bought oversized men's flannel shirts for all of us. And then I bleached them, fashionably bleached them. And then I printed all of those on my printer on fabric. And then that's cute. Now let's put it on a real paper that we might actually use so we can see how it looks. And We all wore them. Not that. That's too boring. Let me get a piece of coffee dyed paper. That would be much prettier. What do we got? Yellow, blue, orange. Well, if we got orange, we should use that. Nah, we'll use yellow. It's pretty. All right. Ta-da. When you say last trip, Carol, Crink, are you saying last trip in moving all of your items or something else? See, and I think then if you sewed, I'm gonna try to take this off and make it on here farther. Just for if you sewed across that, how about we don't put it on both pieces of the paper? Oh my gosh, I love it. What do you guys think? Do you like that? So all you got is the animals left. Okay, we're putting this in the idea book, in the idea tote that I have. I really like that. I'm going to have to make some more of those. Okay, back to my regularly scheduled programming. So in addition to those little tabby things, I made a whole bunch. Well, there's all the tabs. And then I just made a bunch of these just with a dab of glue because I didn't have like really good fabric glue. So I was afraid it would like seep through. So I just put a little tiny dab of glue on there and then I brought them home and sewed them all up. So this is how I do my clusters. I just put them all together and then run them all through. But again, look how many I did sitting there hanging out with Mo. A lot. So I organized a couple of drawers in there and I put like all the fabrics. There's more of the tabs. All the things that all the fabrics I liked, so that when I went up there, I can easily get them. I put my name on them inside the tote, the little, not the tote, the drawers. So I'm like, okay, not that my mom's going to be doing a lot of sewing or anything, but I'm like, don't be messing these up. I'll be back. Now I won't spend a ton of time on these, but this was a pretty recent video. And these again were just scraps. And this one is for my friend Susie. I promised probably last year that I would show ways to use a zipper pull, and I had not done it yet. So this was just one little example of using a zipper pull on there. I still owe you a video with a lot of other ideas, but these are just different things that I made with little pieces of ribbon. Yeah, I mean, the cool thing is that with those little tabs, you could probably mass make them. Like cut all, get your pieces of your squares, cut all of the openings up, then just lay one piece. You could put one piece of this, inside of it. And literally you could just take it to the sewing machine and sew it. And then remember that on those, you're going to have that opening. Instead of putting the word in now, you can just slide it in like you would a regular tab on that like a school tab that you'd put on the top or the side of the page. So lots of things. These are very cathartic to do. That they were just so much fun. So I used the zipper pulls. I used safety pins. I used paper clips. These little things, I don't even know maybe somebody knows what they're called. I do not. I call them crimps, but what I believe they're intended is for like that round like bracelet making. Sometimes it's elastic, sometimes it's not, and then you put this crimp around it and fold it up. Well, I decided to use them on these, but what I normally use these for is I will take these and spread, instead of crimping them, I spread them out, and then I use them on the back of all of my like game pieces and things that I want to make them into a charm. So that's why I have so many of them, but they work really great. And then you just put a little um, bulb pin, or you can put a jump ring or whatever. So I used those as hardware. And then let's see, I have thousands of these. So these ribbon crimps. Hi, DG. Tamara, hello. And so then I just put them on both ends and added charms. And this was a result of me cleaning all my ribbons out and creating new storage. So this is the one I did for Jovi's cooking up a journal. So, and Sierra. So if you have not followed that hashtag, check it out and go see all of the videos of the folks that made things. So this was just a dangle that I made from one of her images, and then this little strawberry. See, this one is just one of those with a jump ring on it. And all it is a piece of rickrack. I was checking to see if anybody came up with a word of that horrible movie. You don't need to know it because it was not. I mean, it was just disturbing. And it's like you keep thinking, man, can this get any worse? I mean, like, they're just in bad shape. There's that one with the little gloves. These I used, I ended up, I don't know where I got these. These are just to make like keychains. And so I just used lace. And these were all just pieces that I had. And then I just, this one has sewing things on it. This one has mushies. Let's see, is there anything else that's really different? Because otherwise, I think, oh, I guess I'll show you. I'm gonna have, the thing I need to do is put all these things away. This one needs more. How did that get like that? That's not a good one. Let's see. Let's find another one. But this one has a bunch of these, and then I have a jump ring on here so I can put one more charm on it when I decide what I want to do. And then I had one. Oh, right here. I have some of these. I didn't even know I had these, and I found them not so long ago. And I thought I saw somebody else that hauled these, and I thought, oh, those are cute. Well, apparently I had some of them. Maybe it was Carol. Maybe it was Carrie. Carrie, do you have these things? They've got a little loop in them. And these are like the sweater pins, you know, that you would, or your skirt pins that you would put on your pleated skirt. That's what those are. So all of those, lots of different things. And I just threw together a bunch of, literally threw together ribbons and put them on different hardware. Okay, last fabric thing, but this might take a minute. Okay, I'm going to show you this. So, as I was organizing and putting things together that I thought I would use, I found some delicious fabrics. And I also found, I shouldn't even show you this, but this is my scrap thing that needs to be, it's due to be sorted. But this is what Mo and I made a whole bunch of these. And I sold them at a scrapbook event when I was doing my 39-mile walk. So I needed to raise the $3,500 or whatever it was. And so I sold a whole bunch of those. And I found the tote that had a few of them already like halfway made, and all the fabrics that I had picked out before. So I brought it home, and it had all the supplies minus the washers. So I'm going to try to make some more. Wish me luck. But anyway, all that aside. See, I thought maybe it was you. Yeah. You'll have to let us know if you have other ways to use those, because that's the only way that I've used them so far. So I put together a bunch of different coordinating fabrics, and I am making a bunch of soft cover journals. This is some of the fabric that I had for those bags as well. And that one I put the ribbon in. I've only got a couple of them to this point, and the rest of them are just the fabrics. This one, I think I'm going to put a bunch. This is a vintage pin, and I have a couple of others, that butterflies and things that I think I'm going to put on brass butterflies. I think I'm going to put them on there. This one is actually all antique ledger. So this one's the furthest along. And then I pulled all of these pieces. This is just a little piece of velvet. And this is one I think I dyed. And then I just put a cute little pin in it and cut the end off so it wouldn't poke someone. And those are the only ones that have got to that point. All the rest of them are just the designs. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the soft color, she has tons of quilt batting. I mean, hundreds of yards of it. So it was perfect for me to use. This one I just left the inside with muslin. And so all of these, all that these are this is muslin, this is batting, and then this is the fabric on this one. So for these, what I'm going to be doing is I'll sew them, probably use a blanket stitch around all the way around it. And then after I do the blanket stitch, because I want to do it here and here, and I'll put figure out a way that I do the closure. But these are going to be pockets. So the journal will actually go tuck into a pocket, kind of like a Bible cover or a book cover. And then the journal that goes inside of it can be like a Midori style. So you can switch it in and out and do whatever you want with it. Take care. Don't work too hard. So there's that one. This is also going to be one of those that folds over. And this one I left as well. This is some vintage seam binding. And I thought it just went perfect with that. And then I'll have to decide all of the tops. Did I bring them one? Oh, this one. This is why my sewing machine was driving me crazy. So this is probably one of my favorites. And I did this. I put this all together, just slap some on with little dabs of glue. Because, actually, I had no glue on it when I brought it home. I just kind of put it down on the batting and then gently put it together. And so I got it all together and I started sewing it. And luckily, I only am doing, look at what my sewing machine is doing. Naughty words were said. I can just tell you that. And I'm like, I give up. So I walked away from it and I haven't went back to it, but that's the one. And then this will be the inside, covering all this nastiness, which I'm probably going to have to rip out. Oh, it was irritated. And it never, it only does that when I really want it to work on something important, like one of my favorite things, which that was one of them. Never fails. This one, I don't think this is another one of my favorites. So this was another scrap, and this was just like this. So this would have been an end off of, because it's sewn together like right here. So this would have been, the edge of a quilt. So I just ironed it together and I need to sew it. And then this will be the closure. And then this is the fabrics. And then this will be the inside. And I really, really love doing these soft covers because they're so nice. They travel well. They're versatile. You can reuse them, You know what, Tamara? I need to look because I did and that may be my issue. I thought I used a heavy duty, and maybe if tell me what I should be using, because I think I used a heavy duty needle because, sometimes I sew on denim. And so I was like, it still works when I sew on paper, but do I need to be changing it out? And the other thing that I'm not positive, those of you who sew a ton, you can tell me, is it when the back of it does that, is that because of the bobbin? Is it because of the tension? I can't remember. All I know is I was really irritated. All right, now this one I need some advice on. So this is going to be the exterior of, and look at how flippin' cute is that. And there's no bucking broncos, but we got lambs, we got horses, we got cows. and cute little babies. There wasn't enough to do one whole piece for this journal. Now I could do a smaller journal. So I just put these together for right now. I mean, I just laid them out together. But what do you think? What should I do? Because this will be the outside. I mean, I thought I could use, I bought some giant rickrack from Sandy at Wilhelmina. So I thought, oh, I could do something because, and make this like the front of the journal and then have it just be like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? But again, it's one of the fabrics I really like. And of course, you know, you can't go wrong with orange in my opinion. And that'll be the orange will be the inside. Yeah. Oh, Tamara, yes, I do too. And I have it's on my agenda. Now here is the Buck and Broncos. This will be the front. And see some of these, like I said, I didn't glue these down. But look at this. Yeah. Yeehaw. Yee and haw. So I got to put these are not anywhere that they're supposed to be. Again, this one did not cover the whole thing, but I think I can rectify that by whatever I put on there. Buck and Broncos all the way. And then I just thought it was cute with the gingham. So I put that on there. I had so much fun putting these together. Let's see. Here's one that is, I think this was some of the fabric that I had for the bags too, but look how pretty that is. So that's that one. Does anybody like Paddington? There was a little bit of Paddington fabric. So this will be the cover, and then this is the inside. I haven't put this one together yet. How did I have that? I got a lot of work to be doing. Yeah, I have a ton of vintage readers that need to go to new homes. They're taking up a lot of space. This one I thought was really pretty. I used the bright orange, and then that's just some, there wasn't a lot of this. It was just a little bit. I recognize today I have a lot of things cut out from readers that I need to be using. This one, is that the same one as the other one that I showed you? I don't, it might be. I don't know. I love this for a sewing journal. So there's that one. I'm almost done, girls. And we'll move on to something else more exciting. And then this one's just neutral. So I just see how I just laid those down there, and they pretty much stay for the most part, and then I can just sew them. No, Susie, I just no. I mean, I will probably sell these on the makers market. You know, or maybe I usually don't. Not very often. I've brought a few journals lately to the live sales, but I don't normally do that. Yeah, so if you see one that you really love and you're interested in me making them, I'll prioritize, and I can reserve it for you if you saw one that you just think is fabulous. I'm not keeping any of them for myself. I like them. This, and if my mom watches this, maybe I know she's not watching today, I don't think. I am almost 150% positive. Is that a lot or what? There was a bunch of this fabric or lace. And when I was growing up, I was in 4-H and I did a lot of fashion review, which was like you made clothing and they did the clothing review and then you had to sew it and all of that stuff. And Mo was my coach. And we also designed all of my prom dresses, all of my formals, anything that I ever wore. Well, one of the dresses was kind of gunny sack inspired, and it had all of these. It was drop waisted, kind of almost like a 20s vibe with a cute little collar. And this was the lace that was used on it. I'm almost well, we still have the dress, so I could confirm. And so was this. So I decided that 2 of these needed to be, and I just made 2 of them out of there. There's a lot of this lace. So those are the last 2, but that's what I did. And, that's just something. I don't watch I don't watch TV. I watch all of you guys on YouTube. Um, and so that just keeps me busy when I'm, you know, oh, thank you. Yeah, it was very gunny sack inspired for sure. Okay, let's go back to something show and tellish. You want me to do something else? Because I will. I mean, I don't have to show you this stuff. We can work on something else. I'm making a partially 4-H themed journal for my granddaughter as we speak. Oh my gosh, Stacy, I love making journals. I don't keep I don't really. I think I might have. I'm looking. I may have like 2 or 3 journals that I've kept for myself. Um, but I have a lot of 4-H stuff. I saw a lot of my own stuff, from when I was in 4-H, and I think, oh, that would be so cool, to actually do and keep. But I probably will just make them. And so if there's something specific you need for your 4-H journal, let me know and I can try to look, because I do have it organized. Hi, Bucky Ann. Oh my gosh. Tamara, do you know what my obsession is with 4-H or with ribbons? Oh, you don't have to ask twice. But I have some too if you need some as well. I have some that are I have a lot that are cattle related, from my friends' mom and dad from the 30s. So if you need some, I can send you some. Hi, Dragon. We got somebody who raises chickens. Oh, Bucky and 4-H is it's kind of like Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts, but it's for, oh, she shows cattle. Oh, Stacy, I've got some old cattle ephemera if you need some for your 4-H journal. So it's very similar to, the concepts of, what is it? Head, hands, heart, and health. Did I get that right? And it's just teaching young people, whether you don't have to be raised on a farm, but that's what the 4-H's stand for. And then um, they have different things, like you can show your animals, whether it be a duck or a horse or cattle or goats. You can make food, and you can do arts and crafts, and different STEM projects. I mean, it's come a long way from where it was. My kids were in it when they were little as well. And it's just, a way for them to be a part of a group, very much like a concept of like Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts. And, um, they do things for the community. Um, Very cool. Very cool program. And, it's kind of a misnomer that it's and there are a lot of kids that have or do live on a farm or have farm animals or animals that they show. Um, I showed horses and let's see, rabbits, goats, horses. I did fashion review. I did back in the day, I did cross stitch things, and you enter those in a category, and you have to write up, you know, essays about what you did and all of those things. So that's kind of what it's all about. I don't know that I did a very good job explaining that, but yeah. And then it's done during the county fair. That's very true, Susie. And then if you are lucky enough to get like a um, grand champion or a purple ribbon, then they will take it. Some of them go to then the state fair, and then they compete against others from all of the county fairs, and that's kind of how it works. These I did a video. Look at this. This cracks me up. These were from it was like a booklet, and they were it was a get well card, but it was pages of art, and then it had all of these sayings on the other side. So this one says, "Rise and shine, it's breakfast time." This one said, "Acts twice as fast as aspirin and doesn't upset the stomach." So I just did a video on these where we used this rickrack. So these are some of them that need to go. It all started with a crick in my neck, doctor. Oh, no kidding, Bucky Ann. I mean, eggs are ridiculous. These I feel like we did a while ago, but this, I don't even know what this. These are tags. These are part of kind of the perpetual tags that I did, but I didn't go very far with them. So, I mean, I just didn't keep going and making smaller and smaller ones. But that video is a really fun one. I think this, yeah, this is a little. I love making perpetual tags because it's like a little challenge for myself. Like, how small of a tag and a pocket can I make? These were a 6x6 project. I love this. Where did I get this paper at? Who knows? Oh my gosh. Carrie, I was watching your video today and you mentioned Echo Park, and I was like, what was I thinking to allow them to send me text messages about their sales? Because I get one every stinking day. And you know, my willpower is not that good. I'm telling you. Hey, Joni. Get these. Oh, this is fun. This. I don't remember when oh, this I bet we made when we altered the pet tags and made them into something more than just a tag. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know about you guys, but what I generally do is one time a year, and it's usually in January, I go and buy a whole bunch of stuff. And that's my one time that I buy, and it's all up there, and it's still not used. It's probably half of it from last year's not used. Um, but then I think, okay, I've got everything that I need. Uh, but then now, somehow I signed up for those damn text messages. I get one every day. This is a fun piece. So this is just a piece. These are really easy to make too, but you're just basically folding up a piece of paper and then cutting out the corners. You just fold this down. Very easy to make. We've made these on, I was going to say, we've made these on TV too. I have the funniest card that says my reality check just bounced. Carrie, you need that one for sure. These we made. For those of you who aren't sure, has this video aired yet? I don't know. Like I said today, I did a video yesterday or today, and I'm like, I am just hanging on by a thread. I'm like, usually I'm so regimented. I know what I have to do every single day, and I have that schedule and I stick to it. And I am beyond out of sorts. I'm behind on invoicing. I'm behind on my videos. I'm behind on uploading my videos. I'm like, this too shall pass, right? But these are just all cards. And these were more of the Anna Griffin stuff that I got. If you guys like Anna Griffin, I think I'm going to have a whole bunch of things coming up. I've got some stamps that are coming to a live sale. I've got paper. Yeah, so those are fun little mini folios. And I need to keep these out because I'm not ready to announce it yet because my mind hasn't thought through this yet, but I have an idea to do for I'm going to call it a collaboration, but it's not something that, like, you don't have to have a YouTube channel to do it, but it's kind of like a pass it on type thing. So I would pass this to somebody and then you would add to it and then you would pass it on to somebody and so on and so forth. And then we would just keep going. But I haven't thought about all the ways because I want to be able to show them when they're all done and showcase people's work. So I'm like, well, then do they come back to me And then do I just like draw one of the people that participated and they get it back? I don't know. So I haven't thought through all of that. Many ideas, very little time. We made these a while ago too. These are really fun. Actually, these I made when I was in at the camper. So I was just using what little stuff I had, and I think we did a video on that one. Here's one. This is one of those oversized book pages. This is the piece of French. It would have been the fly page of a French ledger, and so this is a pocket, and then you flip it down. And then I didn't put this together because I thought it would be cute to open it all up, and then you can write in all of this, and then you can tuck all kinds of things in here too. So it would be a great happy mail. And then this flap tucks in here to kind of keep it all together, but nothing is glued together. So this is one of the things. Well, it's not. There we go. There you go. So when you send it to a friend in Happy Mail, it looks like an envelope. And then when you take it apart, you have all of the beautiful. It was my way of saving this beautiful French paper that feels so yummy. This is, again, I made this when we were at the camper, and I had scored some of these bright envelopes at one of the thrift stores. And these two, I think, I had a few of my images that I had fussy cut. And so I just added that to it. This was another one. And like I said, sometimes for me, and you guys can answer me in the comments. Hi, Debbie DePaul. Do you sometimes feel that like the less stuff that you have, the more creative you are? Because I feel that every time that I am on the road, whether it be, on a camping trip or, at Mo's house working on, with fabric or anywhere where I only have limited supplies, I am twice, if not more, creative than I normally would be with all of this stuff surrounding me. And I sometimes feel like, okay, I just need to simplify, but why do that? Just keep going to Echo Park and buying more paper. This is an up tuck, and I just made this with one of Eloise Wilkins. She's, we're imagining she's in the park taking a little nap, little frogs hanging out with her, and some butterflies. And and the clouds are floating by. And that's also an envelope as well. This I just made the other day, and it's kind of my chroma collage concept where I was using these. And there's a video that comes out where I'm doing this, but I recently got a die cut, and it's just of rickrack. And so I cut a whole thing of them, and I was just playing with those. So that was the last one in there. So that's that little stack. I know, Dragon. And just to the right of me, right below me, where the bag hangs, I have an entire cabinet full of those great big, humongo, oversized zipper bags that I purchased. I purchased a lot of them. Like every time I would place a Temu order, I would order a couple of them. And they're full of, ones for tags, ones for pockets, and they're all pre-made. They're not these things need to be finished box, which is also under there, but they're all things that are done. And it's like Christmas every single time I go through it. And the nice part about it is, I've probably bit off more than I can chew with all of these, I don't even know how many. Did anybody count how many journals there are over there that I put together? But the beauty of it is when I get to the decorating part, I can usually kind of sort through everything and then say, okay, that can go with it. And, generally I don't do that many journals at a time, but so that's helpful. But like I said, when you do as many videos as I do for the channel a week, and I don't even do 7, I don't do every day anymore. Like I said, there's over 150 different ideas here that, my basket was overflowing. So I never feel bad about pulling from that because I'm always replenishing it, right? but I probably could be, I don't know if I would, you guys tell me, are you more creative? Like if you have, let's say you're doing a 4-H, your 4-H journal, are you more creative by just saying, okay, I'm doing a 4-H journal, so I'm going to do all the tags, all the pockets, all the, or do you just like to sit down and have a play with, I'm just going to create stuff and see what it comes up with, and maybe I'll use flowers, and maybe I'll use, cows on it, or maybe I'll use cooking things. I tend to be more creative when I can just do a lot of freeform. I'm very, if y'all have been following me for a while, you know what I'm going to say. The rules are there are no rules, and if there were, I would break them in as far as paper crafting goes, because um, I just kind of roll with it, and I'm a color outside the lines kind of girl. So, but maybe I'm missing something, and maybe I could be more productive. I'm open to suggestions. I can change my wild ways. These were just I sold some of these at a live sale. They one of the thrift stores that I go to often had a whole bin full of, I think they're green, blue, and yellow flashcards, not old. Um, so I bought a bunch of them for myself and to sell, because I think that they're just so much fun. And again, I had these. I know that these are from the camper, because that's where I have all of this stuff. And a lot of times when I go thrifting there, I will keep some things, or all of it there, so that I feel like I like it. I'm looking at things new again when I go each time. So these were all from magazines again that I had there. One of the things if you like organization, or you like travel organization and ideas for what to take on the road with you, I've got several in my playlist for craft room and organization tips. But I always take a reader, and I always take magazines that I can fussy cut. It's the only time I'm going to be fussy cutting is when I'm on the road, and then I can make ephemera out of. And I just think these images look so cool in a country journal, or a homemaking journal, or something like that. So that's what all of these were, from those magazines that I had. Like, look at this. Little known fact, I have a small, well, I don't have one like that, but that's pretty cool. A small collection of vintage and antique fans. I have one of my Grandma Rose's, and they sit, actually, when I do my live sales, they sit in the kitchen down here, above on my soffit, with some old tins. This is just a piece of collage paper. It was a masterboard, and I made it into, it actually was not a masterboard. That's a lie. This was some kind of packaging, and I just left it like it was and made it. You're right, Tamara. But sometimes, like when I feel like I'm out of sorts, like right now, when I don't feel like I'm getting anything done, I'm like, maybe I should change my ways. But thank you for giving me permission, right? I needed that. This is, did I? Yeah. One of the things that I love doing, this I think is something we did with um, the pet. Is it pet tags, or is it PET tags? I don't know. Um, but one of the things I love doing with those kind of tags is actually putting them on a pocket and then cutting them with my X-Acto knife, so that you can put things in there. But if it's not in there, then you see the whole fairy. So that's just one of those easy little triangle pockets. And so far, I think, well, I did not do this on camera. And let me just give you my advice here. Take it for what it's worth. This is, you guys all shared with me, it's basically like medical wrap. But what you all said it was really used for is to wrap like casts, like when you break your arm, they wrap the plaster cast. And I got a bunch of rolls of it, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. It worked fantastic to make a ruffle with hot glue, or your regular glue if you want to use it that way. Hot glue always works better for me. Loved it. I tried putting a piece through the sewing machine. Don't do that. No, it's gummy, and it just sticks, and it's not a good idea. So I ended up with these little pieces. I'm like, well, I got to do something with them. The other thing, I mean, we can try it with this. Like, let's just cut off this piece and see what happens. Because it's stretchy, I'm guessing when I cut this, it's gonna do what this did. It's gonna kind of, if it's not glued down, it's gonna, what do I want to say? Recess. See, it's already doing it. But I think this would make, it could make a cute tag or something. And it's also hard to cut. There we go. See, it still kind of pulls back from the edge, but I'm not throwing them away. I can do something with them. I threw that piece away now. So there were those. And then this one, I won't spend a lot of time on these because we did these. Look at me leaving this. I do that a lot. I'm like, oh, okay, I can leave the thread on there. I'll be fine. And then by the time I use it, I can't handle it. And I have to either cut it off, or if it's like this one, I wouldn't do that on. But sometimes I just bunch it all up and then put maybe a button there and glue it. But these were just all examples of vellum and acetate pockets that we did. I like this one because I like the I like that blanket stitch. Susie. I know, and then you think, oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do that. Yeah, you know what I would tell you, Susie, is when I feel overwhelmed like that, just take one thing that you like. So, I mean, I don't know. I'll just make it up. Mushies. Like, okay, you have something. She really likes mushrooms, let's say. So just take one element of mushrooms and simply just grab a book page and then put just that one piece together. And don't worry so much about all of the different topics. Just take that item and then just keep making them. And whether you end up using them all in that or not, you have them. But then, if you've already got your journal together and at least your pages, then you can just flip through those pages and say, okay, well, this piece that I just made, I know she likes butterflies, or I know she likes Mickey Mouse, or whatever it might be. And this lends itself to this page. And then you're just creating those pieces because you know she'll love them, whether she uses them or not, or whether you use them in that journal. You can choose to do a couple things. One, you can keep them for other projects, or two, just make a little bundle, like I do when I do Happy Mail, or if I put it with a journal, and give them to her and let her figure out what she wants to do with them. So maybe that'll take a little bit of pressure off. Anybody else have ideas for her? That'd be good. Tamara says, when I get stuck, I have to do something totally off topic. Maybe baking or learn to do dance. Or that's a very, very good point. That's what I had to do today with that stinking sewing machine. I'm just flipping through these. If anybody wants me to stop or go back, I will, because I'm trying to read the comments and do this at the same time. These aren't anything, no rocket science. They're just little pockets. Good night, Hope. I'm going to wrap this up. I only have a few things left. Let's see if there's anything interesting in this little pile. Boy, this is when, by the way, if you really like ink, I've got a lot of ink coming up. And what do you call that stuff? Embossing powders. But whenever if I go to an auction or an estate sale and I get inks, I always, before I sell them, I always test them. So I had all these swatches. And so these are all things that I made with those. And I just put them on one piece of paper. So like this was the swatch and this was the swatch. And you can do that with your own stuff. You don't need to just, but I figure if I'm going to test them, might as well. These I made when I was on the road, just out of the paper. There's another swatch. This little baby one. I have baby journals I need to do. And I don't know, I mean, because like I said, I don't have anybody having babies. Well, I actually do have one person, but I mean, really, I shouldn't probably do those unless they're like a commission one, which is not my favorite thing to do. But um, I have so many cool baby things. These we made together. If you didn't catch this video, I have done this project twice on my channel, and I love making these frames. And Carrie, this all of this confetti came out of my cinch machine. So I kept all of the bag of the hole punches. And then this is the one I did. Some of them are falling off, apparently. This is the one I did with the sewing one. And then this is the no-sew. I called it a library pocket journal that we created. So I had one that was, I picked it up at a thrift shop and it was a calendar. And so I just made my own template and created the journal. And this was a lot of fun. So this is going to also be with those other pieces because I think this would be fun to pass on. And I have an idea for this one too. I need to put this in a different location. And then here's more just kind of chroma collage-esque. Hey, Jonna. These are some of my own photographs that I have as digitals. And I love this one because I just colored them. These are just with alcohol markers, which I don't usually like to use. But look at Grandma. She's just back there making funny faces. I feel like this grandma is the same one in this picture. I'm not sure. And then this is just an over-the-top piece, or you can make it into a... We got a little Eloise Wilkins, a little more of her. Again, these I did in the camper. I got these at a thrift store, and I had what I had, so I used it. Same with this. Maps are always fun. You know, you don't need a whole lot of stuff to take with you. Here's one of those that flips down. And this is actually a pocket here, too. Bucky Ann, what are you making for dinner, girl? That is nothing exciting. It's just a piece of... This is from Temu, this paper. And I just decorated it. More little cute pictures. Man, these are old. But see, sometimes I'm like, oh, I used it. This was from that sewing book that I converted into a journal. Those were just leftover little pieces. This was from a template. This was like, maybe this was like a template Tuesday, because that was from a template from one. So was this. And then this was from my new friend Karen, who she's the one that sold me all of these. Is it Matilda? I think that's the name of the little girl. What's his name? Ernest and Matilda stamps. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. All right, there's that. All right, we've been going over an hour, so I'm going to show you. This it's almost done, but it's going to be coming. Can you see that okay? I do too, Jonna. Although, you know, my husband goes to work and then I make I have the whole island, and then there's a little, you know, pop-up thing where I suppose you're supposed to put extra food, but we hardly ever cook in there. And that's all got stuff on it, and the table's got stuff on it, and the floor has stuff on it. So at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I got to make some semblance out of this. Let's see if I can do this. This is the, I made this last year, and it was too late in the season for me to list it because I don't even know if Easter might have already passed by the time I got it done. But these, if you remember, these are window clings. They were vintage window clings that you would put on your windows at Easter time. And that is the journal cover. This is going to probably get in the way. Let's see. There we go. So this is the front of it. So this is the actual pocket. So I still have things to do. Like I need to fill this pocket with goodies. And these I think are KB and Friends, I think. I love her stuff. And she is on Etsy. So I do get a lot of her stuff. This was a little flower. Where did I get that? I don't know. This is another window cling. But I think this is going to come to them. This is a, is that a tea bag? No. I think this is going to come to the Maker's Market soon. I got it out because I need to finish up a couple things. I need to do a flip through video and take some photographs. But this is a fun one. I get a little carried away. I call my binder journals exploding journals because they really get a lot of goodies in it. Because I can't stop myself. I'll show you one of the things that I do in every one of my journals. There's another one of those. Okay, I want to get to this, and this part is not done up here. Look at that. I know, Susie. That's why I got it out. I was like, dang, I got to get that ready. I mean, most of it's and you'll know where I need to fill in because there's tabs. I put tabs on them. So one of the things I do with the dividers is, let me get to it. I know it's not done. It's towards the back here. Is in every one of my binder journals, I do a bunch of pockets. And the way that I do them, I love that. Look at that baby. I forgot how much I love this journal. Okay, here it is. So these are not finished, obviously. So what I do is I take all of the extra dividers that I'm not using, and then I just kind of make them into a tier, and I cut the very bottom of them all off so that this is 4 pockets, and then each one of these will be covered, and then they'll have their own little tab. So it's 4 pockets, but 1 page. Does that make sense? And I do one of these in every single one. So I need to do that. I need to decorate this. That's what these little tags are for. So mostly it's the stuff that's in the back that needs to be done. So not too much. But I think I'm pretty proud of myself that I didn't go absolutely totally overboard. And, usually when I do these, it's like, it's about out to here. But this one you can actually close. So yes, I'm finishing that one up. We didn't make a lot of stuff today. Not too much at all. But let's see. Let's make at least one of these. Let's decorate this one because I love these. Let's see what we can do with this because I haven't used any of this Anna Griffin stuff. I do have a video. Now I'm calling this a new binding technique. No, it's not a new binding technique. It's an old machine that I busted out to make a binding that I haven't done this way ever. So that's coming up. So I don't know about these. These are all pretty. Let's look over here. Hi, Cherry. We'll tell your company hi. Jonna, yesterday I had to hop off the live, so I didn't get to. Was that yesterday? I think. So I didn't get to spend a lot of time watching. I'll have to go back and rewatch. I really wish I would have, because instead we watched that horrific movie that I did not like at all. I do have these things that we could use, maybe. Those would kind of be cute and simple. Maybe we can find like look at some of these. I'm a sucker for this pastel. The thing is I like too many things. I love the pastels and I love the brights. Just give me it all. Oh, and here we got these, but these might not. I have a whole thing of these too. Nah, those won't work. What should I put here? I'm trying to find a rose of some sort. Just so you guys know, I don't know about at your Aldi. Talking about dinner. No, that doesn't matter. What are y'all having for dinner? Because I didn't buy them the other day when I went to Aldi because I did my shopping. I was like, I don't know. But we like to do like seafood, like a surf and turf every once in a while. And you know, that can get a little bit expensive when you got, well, there's four of us at home, two of the kids and Dave and I. So I was like, I'm not going to get it. Well, that was a mistake for me to say to the kids. Yeah, Aldi has full lobsters, the whole lobster, and crab legs on sale. And I think the lobster was $16 and the, oops, just about lost that. And I think the crab legs were, oh, I don't remember how. Anyway, whatever Dave bought, because he did go and get them. He said it was $60 for enough for all of us. We already had the steak, so that doesn't count. But that's a screaming great deal if you want to like get bougie one night. So that's what we're having for dinner. Help me out here, friends. I like that, just like, but I think it's maybe some lace. Maybe we just, you know, make it simple. Because then if I do something down here with a little bit of lace, you can see a little bit of that out of there. Jeez, don't overthink it, Ange. There we go. I'm also usually as just glue it down. Don't wait, just glue it down. Until then I go, I kind of wish I wouldn't have put that there. See, like even this thing full of these is just like, this is over like that. It's a lot. All right, we'll put bacon cheeseburger quiche. Ooh, that sounds good. Okay, that's also high protein, low carb. Sounds great. And would be perfect leftover. Because I can guarantee you, crab and lobster, unless you make it into like crab salad, is not good leftover. I don't think it is. I mean, maybe some of you do, but you got to be able to repurpose it. Okay, we're going to put some lace on this one. I like sourdough too. I need to know somebody who will share a starter with me. Because my daughter was just saying that, Demi was saying, that would be fun to do a starter. I'm just going to make that simple. Maybe somebody's up for sending me some sourdough happy mail. I'll pay you for it. Although, you know, how much work is it? Like, do you have to take care of it like an animal? And I know you have to feed it. I do know that. I mean, like, do I have to take it with me when I travel? You know what we're going to do? Because I think this might look cute up there. And we're going to just cut this out of the... Okay, well, it's not too hard. That's very smart. I also found this pancake mix at Aldi that is high protein pancake mix. And I got it so that kids could try it. And then I got some for Mo. And it is really good. And it's just the Aldi, I don't know, Aldi high protein Does anybody else know? I don't know the actual name of it, but the kids love it, and Mo did too. I don't eat pancakes or that kind of stuff, so. I'd send you mine, but I have no idea how to send it. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I'm pretty sure it has to be refrigerated, doesn't it? I don't know, maybe not. I have to have a friend that near me that makes it. Maybe I just don't know. Actually, our friend Eric, he's always making stuff like that. I wonder if he does. I should ask him. Well, until I make up my mind on what I want on there, that's going to just stay like that. Now this one, I want to be able to have people write on it. This is pretty basic, but I like it. It's not hard. Flour and water in 8 to 10 days to fry. Oh, well, heck, I could handle that. Although the one plant in my house, yeah, I have a not a Christmas cactus. It's a, oh no, maybe that one is a Christmas cactus. And I was noticing today, I'm like, ooh, even that thing looks like it needs water. How can you mess that up? The thing is if I get a sourdough starter, then I have to name it. If I name it, then it's like it's real to me. Like you can't just forget it. Well, that looks pretty cute, but I do think it needs like some more, but I'll do that off. I'm going to leave that one for now, but I do like that. All right, so you have to tell me if you want me to bring more of these Anna Griffin goodies to the live sale. I think I'm going to put that on the top. There we go. And not so fast. It's an ancient grain and gut friendly. Oh, thank you, Denise. Yeah, you definitely, Denise, who does not live very far from me. I mean, not that far. We have a lot of the same tastes, I think. We definitely need to get together and craft and shop. Well, I don't know. We probably don't need to shop. We might get ourselves in a lot of trouble, but we sure would have fun doing it. No doubt about that. I'm going to keep saying it until it actually happens, Denise. So just so you know. There you go. That's kind of fun. I like it. Well, thank you guys all. I think I'm going to say good night because it's 5:30 here and I probably have to go start some dinner. And boy, oh boy, do I have a mess. But this has been a lot of fun. I need to get my act together. And I think, I really think that I've got, just to be very honest with you guys, I don't think that I will probably be doing any makers market sales until after like the 9th of March because I have a trip planned. I still need to make some trips up north to Clear Lake where my Mo was at. And I just need to get caught up. So I have them all planned. If you've got ideas on which ones you want to see first, I've got readers, I've got Tim Holtz, I think I'm going to have Anna Griffin, I've got all stamps, I've got dies, I've got, what did I tell you? Ink. And I could do a sale on each one of those things. So help me prioritize. I've got more little golden books. I really want to clear a lot of those out. I've got a lot of first editions and things like that. So if you're a collector, yeah, I could just use some help in prioritizing. It would be fantastical. Hi, Sarah Lee. Sweet things. Jonna says, Angel, I could save you a lot of time and heartache making sourdough, so let me know if you want to venture. Hey, girl, I'm game. I'm totally game. Awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys all for hanging out with me today in my craft room. It is actually above 40 degrees. I don't know what the actual temperature is, but I ran out to take the garbage out and let little Zenny go potty. And I was like, ooh, I need to maybe get in on this nice warm action and enjoy it for a little bit too. So maybe when Dave grills, I'll go hang out on the deck with him and have a glass of wine or something. Well, thank you again. And I'm glad you took a little bit of your Sunday evening to just craft and chat with me. And I hope that there was some inspiring things that you might want to give it a go. And I will see you next time. We will be live on Tuesday night doing our last sale of the month. And I think that's all for now. I wonder, we'll have to find out if we're having a special guest next week and if we might have an additional guest. I think Carol will be back, but I'm not going to commit till she tells me. But hopefully, Carol will be back. Otherwise, we might have another surprise guest. And we will see you next time. Take care and find some time to do a little crafting today. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers, guys.